words, you don't know what they mean, and it's like, wait a time, I don't know what that means, and just raise your hand and slow things down. If you don't understand, ask them to explain it in a different way.
And it's okay. It's okay to do that. There's such a huge disconnect. People, again, talking about the corporate world, we don't love the corporate world. In fact, we could never go back. I mean, never go back by a long shot. That's understating it. But you talk about a company like General Electric and their revenues. What do you think their revenues are a year, Adam? You might know, being the Wall Street guy that you are.
It's over 100 billion.
That's right, about 150 billion. So imagine running a company that maybe is doing $1 million, $1.5 million, and the companies that we deal with are from 1 to 25 employees, and usually the sales are under 5 million. More closer to the average is somewhere around 2. So imagine working in a company that size, which 25 million companies do, either 25 million or 25 employees or less. Imagine dealing in that world and try to project a company doing 150 billion, hundreds, thousands of employees. How the heck do you do that?
It's absolutely crazy. I think that's where a lot of those folks come from, and they'll try to talk that way to make it, to make it sound more important. I guess just to illustrate this point, just with a really simple, silly example, right? As far as how there's a disconnect
those
between.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah. All right.
I like those silly examples.
So we had a client, and he was doing a little marketing campaign, and part of his marketing campaign was to include a nice, crisp, new $1 bill as part of the marketing campaign, right? So he calls his banker, and this banker had been his banker for the better part of 5 years, 8 years, 10. It had been a while, okay? But this banker never quite got our client, right? So a very simple thing. We said, look, I'd like to have 100 crisp $1 bills. He said, hey, no problem. I'll call the local branch, and I'll make sure that they're aware of it, and you can go in,
What a
Tuesday
simple
morning,
request,
right? Yeah.
isn't it? I mean, any bank should be able to do that.
No problem at all, right?
That's right.
So of course
No
our client
problem.
walks in, and it took about 5 minutes to get anybody to even come up to acknowledge that he was there. And they said, oh, geez, sorry, we didn't get to that yet. Well, can you come back later? He's thinking, no, I can't come back later. He said, can't you just have somebody send it to me? Just kind of, and so all of a sudden his banker starts quoting him the letter of the law or some policy or something. He says, all I want is $101 bills. You got to be kidding me, right? And so it's silly stuff like that happens all the time.
That's right.
They just don't get it. Something so simple, and this was the last part, the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And we introduced him to somebody else within that bank that he shifted the relationship over, because it was so obvious that this banker just didn't get him.
That's right. That happens so much. That's that big disconnect.